Let's see what kind of music we're going to do today. Chill hop. Chill hop. So apparently, some of this music is coming up as like somebody else's, I don't know. Whatever's the story, it's been very entertaining because I've been getting a couple of these shows have been pulled from various things for us using copyright violation. You have the wrong show, Brent. You have the wrong show. You have the Anyway. Hey Patsy, welcome to the show. We're gonna be working on page 18 today, so that's where I'm at this point. Page 18. So Brent, to kind of recap here, I will pull up the monitor. We did manage to get to I cleared one of these because we finished this page. I didn't finish the page. I guess I should. That's a misnomer. But I finished inking in this panel, and this panel while watching For All Mankind, Season 3, Episode 2 last night. Today, this afternoon. So anyway, there we go. We're here. We'll wait for Brian to get here at some point. He'll be here at some point. So anyway, we got that going for us here. We're good. I got to finish this guy. This is where we are today. So moving right along. We had some interesting discussions over there on Geek Tank. That's kind of cool. I don't think it's going to work like you think it will, Brent. Keep trying, though. I mean, you know. All right. So when her helmet is activated, her hair gets caught up in it. So that's kind of funny. Move to Twitch. All right. There's that. Hello, Anime 3759. Oh man, I'm gonna come up with that. We're just gonna call you Anime? Who is activating your, what do we call it? A dot? That's what we should call it. A service dot. Welcome to the show, Anime. I'm just gonna call you Anime. And then that'll be short for that. Oh, is that why you're cranking Brent? Is that why you're trying to? That's why you keep trying to trigger my dot? Because Troy was triggering yours. I see. I see now. It's the war of the dots. The dot war. So, where are you hailing from, anime? I always ask that question. I'm always mostly interested in, like, what's the weather like? It's a simple thing. Like, I like the weather. And what's the food like, usually? Because I travel the world, as we have always been joking, I travel the world in my stomach. There we go. So her ears stick out just a little bit whenever the force fields are on. There we go. So, really? This is where we're going to be. I'm going to move along here. So the Bellatrix spacesuits all have emergency pressure control, which allows them to be space-worthy for a small amount of time. Depending on how things are going on this one. So in this instance, because of the nature of what was going on here, Captain Chang called for general quarters, and so when you go to general quarters on a Unity starship, you have to clasp this clasp closed, and when it does, immediately all of the protection systems come on around your hands and around your head to protect you from explosive decompression. And you breathe through the membranes of those force fields, and if there is an explosive decompression, they instantly lock so that there's no more transfer of atmosphere. So you can survive explosive decompression. One of the most destructive things that happens to spacecraft is explosive decompression. So one of the things we've got going on here is that she is surprised. My maquettes don't do surprise as well as we want to do them. So we're going to do some modification on here. For one, in anime, surprise is usually delineated by a smaller pupil. Brian made it. Here's Brian. So we're going to do that here. He'll get here. He's making his way in. How you doing, Brian?
I'm alive.
Did you survive your game?
Yes. So how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm gonna when Brian attacks. There we go. Next time on Fox. Rumph. Shink. There we go. Aw, thanks, Patsy. I appreciate it. The other thing that my maquettes can't pull off is they can't go very high on these eyebrows, right? Because we want the eyebrows to be very distinctively up. She's very surprised. That's all right. I'm willing to... We're getting there. Once we've gone past issue 1, the other issues get faster. I mean, we're already much faster at this point in time than we've been. So... Also, I will say, as much as I absolutely adore my maquettes, and I do, I highly recommend learning to do the drawing first and then use the maquettes for speed. Don't use them as a crutch, obviously. Because I can rely on various skills. I know that, and this is not necessarily talking to you, Patsy. This is there was a couple of other people on here before who were talking about using 3D models as assists on this, and though I am all for it, I want to make sure that people have the drawing skills too. I don't want to lose that. So now you can see whenever we bring this up, she looks suitably surprised, right? Much more surprised than the maquette looks, because I've done all of the little tricks that you have probably watched Brian do quite a bit, where you raise the eyes wide open and then shrink the irises and the pupils down so that they are much, much smaller.
Yeah, and exaggerate the expression.
Yeah, you exaggerate the expression quite a bit. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to drop that down. Bring this up. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Patsy has to say, because that would be cool.
So how are you this evening?
What?
How are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing great. Doing great. So, there we go. One of the other things that's classically done in an anime or manga style is that I will leave the pupils, even though her eyes are black, I will leave the pupils exactly like this, because the whiteout of a pupil also indicates shock for a character. And the fact that she has sort of a laugh on her face, smile of some sort, does add to that effect quite a bit. So there's that. So I will ask. So you were in a game tonight, so I have to ask, as my dad always asked me, did you win?
I don't think you can win this game.
So, well, I've had many games like that. So, the first time Dad was serious in like 1989 or whatever, he was serious. And then over the years, he got to know what actual role-playing meant and what it was. And that became his inside joke with me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's D&D night. I've got a game. Oh, Well, I hope you win. You know, that was his joke as time evolved, you know, because he knew ultimately he did understand, but then it became sort of an inside joke between him and me, and that was kind of cool.
Hey, there you go.
Those things, little things, you know, little things mean a lot. All right. This page is done as done we can get. That's easy. That was easy. Oh, I found my that was easy button. I should bring it up here so I can hit it. It's out of batteries. I'm going to put my batteries in. All right. You look like you have one panel I can do. We'll do that. We're just hitting all the one panelers. Sealing it up. I'm really putting off having to build the pilot house. I am so dragging my feet. It's got to be done. I just need to do it. I need to just buckle down and do it.
I don't want to do it, man.
Yeah, I'm like. So instead, we're just here, like drawing random pictures of Chang over and over and over again. Nope. All right. Now she's back to. So this is where it's beneficial to have been working in movies and television for me, because I am hopping all over the place. This would drive you absolutely mad, because you don't hop all over the place. You're very consistent.
Yeah.
And so
I do one page, then the next page, then the next page.
Yeah. Generally speaking, I also tend to do all of the pre-rendering over a week or so, and then start inking. I didn't this time because I was kind of in a hurry and I kind of wanted to get started. And so I didn't do all my pre-rendering usually like I did, and so we're hopping around a lot more. Usually I just go page to page by the time all the pre-rendering is done. Best part is, I don't really need the backgrounds for all of these, and they're just this. So,
I'm standing behind you with George, mostly to keep him out of Dove's way.
hey, George. You need me to hold George?
No, I got it. She only needs a couple minutes.
Yeah, you're George. All right. Oh, you'll be all goofy. He's like, I know this feels good, but I'm sure there's something I was doing. But my little kitty brain has forgotten now. Because it's very small. A very small brain. Doesn't hold that much
You're a
information.
cat of very little brain.
Cat of little brain.
It's like, okay, I'm done now.
I'm over it.
She's probably done eating right now. I'm gonna go find out.
Patsy says hi.
Hi, Patsy. That's Patsy from CPD, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Has been. So Patsy, that's Crow. Have you ever wondered? From CBB?
I feel like I'm missing something.
So Patsy is a buddy of mine from a bulletin board system from a bajillion years ago. We were all on the same. It started as the Poser Forum, which was for Poser, the program Poser, and then evolved to, as Poser Forum kind of went down and got killed. Somebody else brought up one that they called cybernetic bumper breath, or CBB. And I met a number of my buddies there, and this is right at the turn of the millennia. And then, of course, that ultimately went down at some point in time too. And so now even though all of us were all once part of that community, that online community, now we're all buddies on Facebook. Another online community. So there's that.
Got it.
So Crow was Mariah's handle at the time on CBB. Right. So yeah, over 20 years ago. I'm still having a hard time kind of wrapping my brain around that. You know? So yeah, right? It's not even a real thing. It's not real. It's not real. So.
I don't want it to be real.
Right?
Take back these numbers.
All these scary numbers. So, anyway, the long and the short of it is, my buddy Dean, he comes from there. I argue with him all the time now about he tends to get himself involved in a lot of the weirder, stranger conspiracy theories, but he's not actually like a right winger. Like, he just gets caught up in these conspiracy theories. So, he's another one of those beloved members of CBB. And it's a love story about geeks and stuff. Because Patsy knew about that when it was going on back then. I never really know. Some people know, some people don't. And then it's like, so I run into people and then they're like, oh, so, who's your wife? And I'm like, I know her. You were there. You were on that same forum. No, oh really? That's who it is. So I don't presume. You know how it goes. I don't presume.
He presumes everything.
I only presume, like, I can't even think of something funny, Brian. I only presume something funny about Brian. There.
There you go.
Something funny. There you go. There we go. She looks all serious now. Like she's ready to. She's saying that, you know, it's okay. You can do the thing. As we got here, I can fly in on instruments, sir. It'll be rough, but I can do it. And then she says, it's all right. We're buttoned up. Going ahead. And she says, aye, sir. 140 light hours out. Into the blender. Because the blender is what they call a solar system. Because once you enter into the solar system, you're dealing with all the gravity currents that are doing this around the sun. And it's like, at that point in time, it's like being in a blender. You're just like, it's into the blender they go. So they have to go into the blender. And the outside border of moment is about 150 light hours, 140 light hours or so. So they're moving faster than the speed of light in space. So everything is measured in light minutes, light hours, light seconds, and distance, so that you can then determine where you are in a, because we're inside obviously a light year, so we're within 1 light year. So at this point in time, it's now 2 light hours.
Interesting.
Keep thinking it's interesting that, because that was one of the things I always thought was very inconsistent about Star Trek. Like, they would say things like, we're at 10,000 kilometers, and I'm like, that's almost on top of each other in space terms. You know what I mean? Like, and then the next episode, they'll be 10,000 kilometers away from another ship, and they're at the right distance. But then they're all of a sudden.
But then the next episode, they're screaming that they're too far away.
Right, they're too far away at 10,000 kilometers. I'm like, 10,000 kilometers isn't even the width of the Earth. It's like you were close enough that if you were at 10,000 kilometers from the Earth would be right in your view screen. That's all you would see. It's the Earth. So a starship 10,000 kilometers away being way too far or whatever, So it's easier to just use what people probably would use, which is parsecs, and then light years, light hours, light seconds, and just determine that, because that's millions of kilometers for each jump. But if you're traveling, 2 light hours every minute, that's a speed. Like you can determine how fast that is. And since you all know, and Brent makes fun of me for this, how much effort and work I put into my star maps, I can tell you exactly how many days it will take to get from point A to point B and what speed they will be traveling. And that makes me happy. I'm just saying, no making fun of me. Well, you can make fun of me.
But just lightly.
But only because you're my friend. Patsy can make fun of me, and she's my friend. Yeah, okay, maybe Brink can make fun of me too. But only because he's my friend. I don't know, I'm just weird.
So it looks like Raph might be trying to join.
Right now?
No.
Or tomorrow?
For tomorrow.
That'd be nice. I miss him.
He was asking a bunch of questions about when.
Yep. Although in Bellatrix, I have a reason why everybody's gotten up and down, which is useful. So, and that's because they enter the blender through an access point, generally speaking. the same place on the blender where they will all enter into the system. Because of the gravitational eddies, they're all going to want to enter in the same way, and then they're going to end up being on the same level. They'll still be thousands of kilometers above one another. All right, so we've cleared this page. What else we got? What other kind of trouble can we cause? We wanted to fix that panel. These panels are complete. That panel is complete. This panel is not ready. This panel is not ready. Let's see. Thank you. Page should have been complete. Like, I remember doing this side. I did do this side. It's right here. But that's a joke. I get it now. This seems to be done. Thank you. Poking around trying to figure out where to go with some of this here and just figure out what pages can be done relatively quickly. Because I think I'm relatively quickly and just going to go through and re-rig a new scene, whether I like it or not. And I'm tired.
Okay, this is just stupid, but it's funny. Just saw Morbius. He does not say it's Morbin time. That was a dub mistranslation. In the original Morbinese, he says, "Let's get this party morbulating."
Okay.
God, people are being really snide about that movie.
What movie are we talking about?
Morbius.
Okay, I must have missed this somewhere. You'll have to refresh my memory. What is Morbius? When did it come out? I guess I should say.
It just came out. In fact, it came out twice.
Okay, good.
It came out.
Then it decided it wasn't gay, and it went back. Okay, I got it.
No, it came out and bombed in theaters.
Ah.
And everybody made jokes about it. So the executives thought, oh, everybody's talking about the movie now. Let's bring it back out into theaters. It'll do better the second time. And it bombed even harder the second time.
See you later, Patsy.
Like, it is a horrid movie.
Okay. Well, that's it.
That has Jared Leto in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This explains why I have absolutely no clue what's going on.
And apparently one of the lines in there is he goes, it's Morbin time.
There. Well, I think We are at a point now where there is nothing I can do but start rendering out a new. I'm gonna have to go back into what's it? As in, I put off making the pilot house for long enough. It is now time for me to suck it up and go build the pilot house. It's a big, important set. It probably ought to be built anyway. Well, it doesn't probably ought to be built. I just think screwing around and not building it. That's all.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll get there. There's a couple of specialized things we've got to build. Because this is one of the things we got to build. Actually, I feel like if I just take this guy right here, probably would do exactly what I'm looking for here. This already has the windows set and the top set and this little inside inset dome and the room. So this would give me all of the walls that I need to make this look exactly like it's supposed to look. So I feel like this would be exactly what I'm looking for. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cry. We're going to cry a lot. go. And what I'll do is add my cube.
I can't focus tonight.
Neither can I. We'll call it early. I'm having a hard time focusing too. I'm exhausted and tired because I had to deal with the kids today, which I don't mean to complain about my kids. I love my kids, but they came in just as I was like, I'm going to go take a nap and catch up with all my sleep. And then they were like, we need you to take care of the kids for a little bit. Okay. I mean, it's no problem. Loves those kids a lot. But did ruin my nap. So. So I am okay with us canceling here in a few minutes. I don't have any problem with that. Or calling it in a few here. And we can resume tomorrow when our batteries are fuller.
Yeah.
Nice. Totally useless. What a mess you've made. A weird mess you've made in there. It did not go like I wanted it to. Dang it. I think I might be like, that's it. I am out. I am OOH. I am over. How do you kill these things? Not very. Oof. Alright, well, let's go for about 5 more minutes or so, and then we'll call it for the night. Let's see if Raph
Cool.
joins us tomorrow. That'd be cool.
That'd be nice.
Nice. Right there. Should be able to see what's going on in here now. I'm so little. Or at least I kind of know what the pilot of this is looking like. This just helps me a little. Okay, well, my good friend, I shall see you on the morrow. As
Alright.
opposed to in the marrow. Because, yeah, I think I'm with you on this one. I'm just not. I've got great color going behind me.
Yeah.
I have no earthly idea what's going on or what my light setup has decided to do today. It's getting very random, which is cool in that I get very Star Trek colors going for me, which I won't complain about.
No.
There's nothing to
Anyway.
complain about. So I'll see you tomorrow
I'll catch you
morning.
tomorrow.
Good night, my friend.
Good night. Bye.